The biggest defense against cancer is early detection. And joining us is Barbara Cavanaugh, founder of the Arizona Myeloma Network, who is here to tell us about some ways to fight cancer. And the biggest part is, Barbara, detection, which you guys are starting to see some new research in that, which is amazing. But before we go any further, let's tell everybody about the Myeloma Network.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Now people are hearing about it. Unfortunately, Colin Powell recently died, but part of it was his cancer. But the important thing is with multiple myeloma and with other cancers that there really is more hope now because of early detection. But Arizona Myeloma Network, we started it 16 years ago, and my husband is a myeloma survivor. You've met him. And he's one of the lucky ones. But we also learned a lot, and we had free conferences and programs to educate people. That's really our goal. If you understand what you're dealing with, that devastating enemy, cancer, you can be better prepared and also get the right kind of help.
Yeah.
And we also started, that gave you my little band, a program for cancer caregivers because we're important too. And we're often the kind of first line of defense.
It is. You brought us some slides because you've been out educating people about early detection, which is so important. And that's where it all begins, is educating people. And that's what you're here to tell them about.
Correct. And creating more awareness that, you know, just because you have cancer, that doesn't mean it's the end of your life. But what helps is something that we're calling multiple cancer early detection. And finding the cancer early is very critical, and it's really a whole new generation of people in the cancer field and in science that are working to come up with these wonderful new ways of being able, with one drop of blood, to be able to analyze it and find 50 different cancers. I mean, I know that's depressing to hear there are 50, but there are many.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, you said right there, even though you might get cancer, there's ways to fight it. That early detection is the way you fight it. And also talking with your family. And that's one thing you guys do at the network, is that you teach people how to have that conversation, especially with your husband who's been through it. You as a caregiver and helper. You know, you guys need, and we need to have that conversation, and that's what you're letting our audience know, because, I mean, especially when it comes to our older viewers and our older community, you still can be diagnosed with cancer at that older age, and that's why it's so important to get detected.
Sadly, at any age, and we've worked with very young people with other cancers, leukemia, with children, and so on. And we work with other groups and organizations to make sure they're getting the right help, the right resources. And as you said, and they're calling it, you know, multiple cancer early detection. And that's a very critical new revolution in the way we're going to be not only finding, but that's a way we can learn how to treat it too. Because if you know where the cancer is and what's going on, you can do something about it.
Yeah, and as we take a look here, of course, the education that you're doing, and you want people to be, of course, aware of it.
That's
so you guys have a great event coming up that is happening in November, that you're asking people, please get involved. And so what is that event?
Well, we're going to be doing some different kinds of programs. Some of them will be virtual. In fact, pretty much a lot of what we're doing from now on is going to be virtual, because we've learned that older people, as well as other people in rural areas, can't always come in for a conference. So we're developing a new virtual cancer caregivers education program. But one of the important things also that I want to point out is that we're fortunate that we have some very proactive people working for us in Congress and so on. And Mark Kelly is actually sponsoring a bill so that these early detection tests can become available, certainly being covered, you know, in terms of the cost by Medicare. They will be free. And so please talk to your congressman and, you know, other people who are able to help make these things happen. And also the other insurance companies have to, you know, pitch in and start making more of these kinds of not only tests, but also treatments and specialized new drugs which are coming up. So again, we're really grateful that there's finally more attention being paid to not just treating it, and even if we can't cure cancer yet, because there are multiple cancers,
Yeah.
but what we can do is we find them early, get people to the right doctor, the right resources, and they're able to afford the kinds of treatment
They
that's
need.
out there, we'll all be better off.
Yeah, we
So
will.
we thank you for having us here. You've been very generous, kind.
Barbara, no, it's our pleasure to having you come in and to educate us and to let people know out there. And so we thank you for coming in.
Yeah, so they can go to our website
Yep.
and they'll have an opportunity to get more information so that they can, support the bill, but also get help when they need it. We're there for them 24/7.
Perfect. And then we have all the information on
Thanks.
aztv.com on how you can
Thanks.
get a hold of the Arizona Myeloma Network. And of course, we're here to help fight cancer. So thank you.
Thank you, too.
All right. Got more of the Arizona Daily Mix coming up right after this.